Hey, Legend, what's
What's
up?
up, man?
My brother, how you doing, man?
Good, nice to meet you guys.
It's Rob.
Paris Haven, how you doing?
All right, and we're here with A Legend, man.
What's up?
He's in the building.
All right.
Man, we just saw you working pretty hard for like the past 2 hours. We saw you in the booth.
Yeah, I know working on the new stuff, so exclusive, legit. I'm excited you guys are here. It's been a while seeing you guys, so
Appreciate that. A lot of hard work going into this project, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, you guys talking about the EP, right?
Well, so talk to us. Are you gonna drop an EP? You just dropped an EP?
Right now, I dropped an EP recently. It's called Autumn Memories. You see it right up there. And what I was showing you guys before that was just music I'm just working on. I don't know what I'm doing after that, but just recently I dropped Autumn Memories, February 3rd. Yeah, it's pretty much an EP. It's just a reflection of everything that I've been seeing from my past to this moment right now. So, yeah. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, when you talk about reflecting, I kind of want to go back to the beginnings of A Legend. How'd you get into hip hop in the first place? Like, what was the thing that made you kind of want to become an artist? Like, share that.
Well, I've always been into music because I used to go to church and I used to always sing, in the altar since I was 5. What got me into hip hop, I was always part of music and choirs since elementary school. Music was always part of me. But what got me into hip hop was in middle school. There was this hip hop class. At the time, I wasn't even into hip hop. I had those type of parents that I couldn't even listen to secular music. It had to be Christian hip hop, this and that and the third. And when I got into this class, we had to write lyrics. We started learning the history of hip hop and back in the Bronx when it got burnt down. DJ Kool Herc, Run DMC, Slick Rick, all these things. And most of the main projects was we had to write songs from different eras, 70s, 80s, 90s of hip hop. And ever since then, since I wrote my first lyrics, it's just been like that first time doing it, I just fell in love with it. It was just my way to just I want to express myself. I just want to keep on doing it. It was just, I couldn't stop doing it. I remember one time I had a lyric book and I was dead ass crying because I lost the lyric book. And that was like in middle school. I was like, 13, 14 years old. And that's how passionate I was back then.
Yeah.
Now if I lose it, I'll probably be like, I'll be tight, but it wouldn't be like
that. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What are some of the artists that you listened to back in the day, that now you can say influenced the work?
I mean, whoever does know me, and whoever doesn't know me, obviously, I love Eminem. So it's been a child idol. Those 3 first albums, they're just classics to me. It motivated me, maybe I got a shot at doing this, I love, like you said, back in the day. So, I love Big. Obviously, Biggie's flow, I don't think there's nobody till this day that just his flow is just so natural. There's nobody that could just flow the way he does. He did it, effortlessly, I love Pac, Lauryn Hill, Fugees, Nas. Pretty much, the cover, shout out to Duke Beats. He's the one that made this art cover. And when I made the cover, I already had this picture. It was just this picture and it was a projector. I don't know if you guys know, when I did Mute, the music video, and shout out to Britt directing it.
That's your director, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the number one, the one and only.
Britt's in the background.
Yeah, so when we did Mute, as I said, I was reflecting on those songs. And when I hear Mute and all of that, I was like, this has to be this art cover. I saw it. And I also got influenced by A$AP Rocky's Long Live A$AP. You know how he has the blurred and I was like, dude, I want something in that aspect. But I don't want it to be too much like that. Just in the sense of I'm just you're putting on a VHS tape from back in the day and everything is just blurred. And when you hear the new version of Mute on the end, when it goes backwards and in reverse, it gives me that type of 80s, that type of Yeah. So.
Yes. It's one of my favorite parts in the EP. Yeah, the rewind part. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was doing it with 808, and then I was doing the humming thing. He was just like, yo, bro, keep doing it. We were just improvising on the spot, and it was actually 808's idea to actually put the end part backwards. I didn't think, he was just messing with it, and he was just like, yo, bro, how about we do this? And I was like, yo, that shit sounds fire, bro. And I just kept on flowing with it and everything. So
what's your songwriting process like?
I feel like for me, like I like to do things on the spot. I like to improvise. Like there's times I'll have something written, but I feel like sometimes when you write something, you gotta like look for that type of beat, and it takes, for me, that's just me speaking personally, I feel like it takes a while. So I feel like sometimes I gotta listen to the beat, and then if I'm gonna write, I'm gonna have to listen to the beat first and then write. So, and then most of the times I could have like a verse or a chorus, and I'll just improvise on the spot. So I'll start off with like a melody. It could just be like and then from there I'll come in with lyrics. I'll keep the melody. I'll let 808 keep replaying the melody, and then from there I'll just like.
Has your pride ever gotten in the way of something?
I feel like when I did Hot Mess, there was a lot of pride. There was a lot of ego. There was moments where, I mean, pretty much the whole album says it itself. I was a hot mess. I was all over the place. And even to this day, like I think hip hop, there's moments where you boast so much that you could get, like they say, you get lost in the sauce. You get lost. Like and your head could get so big in the game that you feel like I gotta act a certain way now because they see me like this. Now I gotta live up to those expectations. And even if I don't talk about that, sometimes I even think about that. I'll be like, yo, I gotta live up to this mantle, because if I don't, then people won't be like, yo, but I thought this, that, and the third. Like, I thought you was this, I thought you was that. So I'd rather be like I said, it goes back to just being true to yourself.
I want to talk about Trap Dreams.
Oh, Trap Dreams?
Okay, so that's the song on the EP.
Shout out to Luna.
and on that song, I think you really talked about a toxic relationship, right? You and the other, I guess the female, right? And on that song, you really talked about yourself being the nice guy, again, being the humble person. Are you the nice guy? And like in real life, is this really
I'll
you?
let the ladies answer that. I don't know, man. I mean, when me and Luna, her real name is Jill, but when we did that track, she I guess it was her when she did her version of the song, it was her story, and then I was talking about my story. So I guess the expression she got from what I was talking about my past and my ex, because there's a line where it says in the end of the song, I want to go back to those days when you didn't see me like that person, you didn't see me like a bad guy, you saw me like a nice guy. So I was thinking about those times with my ex, just the past relationship where I got hurt, and there's a part I said, you cheated on me, I feel forever dead. And I'm guessing from, I don't know, I don't want to assume, but from when Luna's part of her version of the song, when she sings her chorus and her verse, she's basically saying like, yo, you was that person, but now you're just somebody else. Ever since I heard it, you're just not that same guy anymore. So I think that's what she's kind of, from what I'm assuming, that's what she's trying to say.
What's A Legend like in like relationships though?
What's A Legend like in relationships? Again, ladies, I'll let y'all answer that.
Oh, hey, come on.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm a little fuck boy. Nah. I feel like, I don't know. To be honest with you, I haven't been in a relationship in a while. I just had friends. I had, friends with benefits.
A lot of situations.
A lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, youlda, nothing.
Hold on, let me write that down. Coulda,
shoulda, woulda.
Nah, I never had anything, like lately, I never had anything too serious. So, ladies, you can start DMing me.
That's the third one. Third one.
You gotta put your ad name on there.
I'm also on Tinder. Like, I don't, like, me personally, I've been single for a while. So I wouldn't, if I was to get back into a relationship, it would probably be a whole new thing for me, you know. And I feel like that's another. Prior to what you're saying, like this EP was like me thinking about those things as well. As I'm getting older, I'm like, damn, you know, I see people doing what they gotta do, you know. Eventually, I feel like if it happens, it happens. If it comes, it'll come. You know?
Would you say you're 100%? Maybe not 100%, but would you say that you're kind of in the position to be in a relationship right now? Or?
I think right now I'm focused on what I'm doing. Like I love music. I don't wanna. If it happens, I don't want it to be a distraction.
Right.
I want it to be somebody, you know, like anybody would want someone that's faithful, someone that's there for you, and vice versa. I don't want to be the only. I don't want her to feel like that only. I want to feel like that, because I've been in a situation where that person feels like they love me more and I don't feel that way, and because I feel lonely, you know, it happens. You know, I don't want to like say like, you know, I've always, like you say, I've always been the nice guy. There's moments where I feel like, you know, since I'm lonely, maybe she's there, and vice versa, the other way around. So I don't want it to be like that. If anything, I hope it's someone that supports me in what I do, and I can support her in what she does. So, yeah. I hope that answers your questions. But ladies, you can still hit me up.
This guy's looking.
Well, like I said earlier, going to another track that really stuck out.
So, toxic relationship.
All right, cool.
I definitely want to get to that song. I mean, that it hit. Great song.
Yeah.
You really. So you mentioned I bottled it all inside. The moment I drink, I'll always just be you. It will always just be you and me.
Yeah.
So you're talking there about your relationship with alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is the bottle an escape for you?
Honestly speaking, I feel like everybody has something that either if it's good or bad, they have something they need to release, stress. And I feel like personally with this song, you could tell like this is the most deepest one. Like, you know, at the moment when it happened, when I did this song, something had happened prior, and not just that day, just so many mistakes that I could have avoided. And I realized like, yo, this, like, I remember when I first started coming here, I used to bring a bottle, right? I used to bring a bottle, and I'll even, sometimes I'll get so drunk, 808 would be like, yo, bro, your words, they slurring, like, you're not, you know, you're not. But other than that, like, it got to a point that, you know, I was exceeding more than what I was supposed to. Like, I was, like, depending on it to the point that it's like, I gotta chill out. Like, I've been in the hospital, like, twice because of that. And maybe more if I would have not, you know, and I feel like, not just me, I feel like a lot of people go through that. Like, it don't have to be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be sex, it could be anything that they're addicted to that. And I feel like for me, that's something that's, you know, toxic for me. And still to this day, it's something that I'm still trying to embrace. Like, it's not, I feel like now I limit it more. Like I prioritize more as I get older. Like, I'm like, if I know I'm gonna go to work, if I know I gotta do this, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna drink because I know, you know, I try to limit myself, you know. I make sure that I won't exceed, you know, and I've been through situations that I feel like I should have not been in because of that, you know. I feel like I lost friends because of it, you know. I wouldn't say lost friends, but it's like, you know, I get distance love out of it, and that's what I feel personally. I don't know, I could be wrong, maybe they doing their thing, you know. I feel like because of that, it led me into situations with women where, like I was saying earlier, where a woman would treat me good, and because of that, I didn't let it, you know, bad timing.
Right.
So I feel like this is something that I had to personally just embrace. Like, I had to personally just say it, like, yo, this is something that's just, it's a relationship. It was something that was so toxic to me that I feel like people gotta hear this.
Right.
I can't, you know, and same thing with my diary. When I did my diary, I remember when I first came out with that song, I was afraid to put that song out. And because of that song, it led to all these songs. Like, it's like, you know what, let me speak on these things. You know, I don't hear a lot of people speaking on these things. So
why were you afraid to put out My Diary?
I feel like I was afraid because I feel like now people are gonna know what I'm going through. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get judged. Like, oh, you see, now, you know, because there's gonna be people that don't care. You know, unfortunately, the world is beautiful, but it's a cold world. There's gonna be people that be like, well, you did that to yourself, you know, and that's the reality of it. And I know as much as I have people that love my music, there's gonna be people that hate and be like, yo, but you see, that's why this, that's why, you know. And I had that in mind. That's why I was afraid to like even release those tracks. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Like, this is what I do. This is what I love to do. This is my therapy. At the end of the day, like, this is something that I could leave on, and maybe it'll change somebody. Maybe for me, if it's something that I can express and make me better, maybe it'll do the same for somebody else. It'll probably be like, damn, at least I'm not the only one that feels like that.
So is that what you want? Maybe because, you know, hopefully you have a growing listenership, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that you want them to take away from specifically those 2 tracks?
What do you mean? Oh, well, I just want I want to know, like, not that I want to know, but I feel like I want people to relate. I want people to resonate. Okay. Like, you're not alone. You're not the only one that feels like that, or vice versa.
So what do you want people to learn from A Legend from All the Memories?
Just like you. I'm human. I'm growing up. I'm not this guy, you know, that's trying to be better than you or anything. I feel like I'm just another human being trying to do what he can, you know. I'm also the things that you wouldn't want to talk about. I'm that person as well. And I would want people to feel the same way, like, you know, it's okay to just think like this sometimes. It's okay to feel like this. And I feel like nowadays, even on social media, people don't like, I understand why they don't, you know, nobody wants to see that. But what I'm trying to say is, it's okay to feel the way you feel. As long as you try to put in effort, you know, take baby steps, still try to grow. Like, the fact that I'm reflecting on what I'm doing, it still shows that I know what I'm doing is still wrong, and I'm trying to better myself. You know, everything takes time, you know. So that's pretty much what I got out of the EP. You know, and you know, hopefully for the next thing I'm working on, it shows that growth, you know. So yeah, and another, now that you just reminded me, Hot Mess was pretty much, you know, like I said, when I used to come here, I used to drink and everything. All the memories was kind of like, it was a reflection, but in a way it's like an origin. Like, what made him into this hot mess? What the relationship he had in the past, and drinking and all of this, and him thinking, being overwhelmed, what made him into this hot mess? And it was like, I just want to embrace that person. What if you need to, you know, some people hold, you know, I think Mac Miller had a song where it's like, sometimes you just gotta fall. You know, that's what Hot Mess was. Just fall. Just sometimes you gotta mess up in order for you to be like, yo, like, you reflect, like, you know what, I gotta get up, I gotta change things. If not, I'm gonna still stay stuck here instead of doing what I gotta do. So.
Talk to me about the concept for Ride Through, and, you know, that whole collaboration with Caviar Noir.
So, Riding Through, this song, when we did it, we had a couple of sessions. We did a few songs. This one was more of my idea, cause I was like, yo, I'm gonna choose a beat and everything, and then we go off based off the vibe. And this is when I did it, Hot Mess. After I did it, like a month later, I had so much high expectations from Hot Mess, and I don't know, I didn't feel satisfied, and I felt so down. You can hear it on the first verse, how I'm thinking. I felt so down, and I did the song, we had like 2 or 3 sessions. Cav came, I invited him, and he did his part. It was more on the spot, and this is another song I didn't think it was gonna come to the EP. According to past things that happened in the past that I don't want to speak on, you know, I didn't want to put it on the EP because of things that were going on at the time. You know, it was a conflict, and I put my ego to the side and I thought about the music. I'm like, this EP is more about what's underneath the ego, not being prideful. So I was like, you know what, this is a good song. I'm not gonna be an asshole and put it out just because of how I feel, and I'm gonna be just do the right thing. I'm thinking about music in a sense. The world needs to listen to this. So, that's how it came about. And yeah, pretty much. Yeah, cool.
Well, to I know you're a fan of hip hop, so you say you got some things next in the vault, but I'm thinking like, now let's go into like dream world for a second. What are three artists you would like to work with in the future, and three producers that you'd like to work with in the future?
I would definitely love to work with Drake and 40. I think who wouldn't want to work with those two artists?
Right.
Two artists and producer. Another producer I want to work with, I don't know if he's still making music or beats, Clam Casino.
Yeah, I think he's still doing a little something.
He did beats. I love the beat he did for Mac Miller One Last Time.
Yeah.
And the one he did for A$AP Rocky, LVL.
Yes.
Yo, to this day, that shit makes my brain go. Like, how the fuck he did that beat? Like, second artist, of course, my childhood idol, Eminem. A third producer, Kanye West. Kanye West, he was known, like, he's a legend. Like, why wouldn't you not work with Kanye West?
He'll get you on a gospel track?
Yeah.
I don't.
Are you trying to get a Sunday service?
I mean, hey, if it could blend and mesh well, and I forget, you just reminded me, Jesus is King. You just reminded me. I forgot that he was, shout out to him. He's doing the right thing as well. He's doing what he got to do to make himself feel better. But like, I mean, according to like, if you heard, what's that song? The one that he's known for, that he made on Jesus is King with the sample.
Oh, and Follow God?
Yeah, like if it's something like that, like that's natural Kanye right there. Yeah, that's old school Kanye. So I think that's fire. Or the 808s type of vibe.
Yes,
because All the Memories has like that type of vibe, that has that influence. Third artist, damn, this is so hard. There's so many artists that I want to work with. It's kind of hard to like.
That's fine. I mean, you pretty much answered it.
I would love to work with The Weeknd. I would love to work with Nav. I would love to work with Logic. Off the top of my head, those are the top artists I would love to.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like it would be a good blend,
Yeah.
But producers, yeah, Clam Casino, 40, and Kanye.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, what's next for A Legend?
What's next?
You just dropped
Brett,
an EP.
more videos. Routines is coming out. More videos, more features, singles, more shows.
Anything that you can tell us that you have, like immediate dates?
Immediate dates. At this moment, unfortunately, I don't.
Okay.
But I'll post people up on my Instagram, which is at alegend, AL3G3ND. Again, AL3G3ND. That's where I post on my Twitter. He is A Legend. And I'll keep people posted on my social media. But at the moment, I'm just working. Whatever comes my way. Of course, I want to do more videos. I want to get into more shows, get my feet wet more. Shout out to Major Stage. I did a show in December, which was kind of fire. It was lit. And yeah, man, I'm trying to let this EP marinate. It just came out literally a couple of days ago, so I'm trying to let people digest this. So. And
I got a last question for you. Is what are three things that you would like to put into the universe for your career in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I would love to still stay as passionate as I was when I first got into the game, when I first started making music. I don't want that passion to go away. I feel like if that goes away, I'm not having fun anymore. Of course, I want to be successful to the point that I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm not working a 9 to 5 to support what I'm doing. I'm actually living my dreams. And that's what's making me survive, and not just survive, but be successful in a way. and I just hope people could relate into what I feel and what I create. I want to be, I mean, the name says it all, a legend.
There you go.
There you go.
It's Rob. It's Paris.
Haven.
It's your
A
boy,
legend, my boy,
Legend.
man.
Thank you,
Yo,
brother.
Yo, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yo, get All the Memories EP on streaming platforms. Yo, 808.